Guys, I got a mic. What's up? Hi guys. So welcome to a new video. What's up? How you doing? Great, awesome, fantastic. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing the extremely long-awaited skincare routine, skin Q&A, all about my skin, just the 411 breakdown on what is going on with my face. All of you are constantly complimenting me on my skin on Instagram, sending me DMs if I go on live, saying it looks so pretty, blah blah blah, what's your skincare routine? So here I am to deliver. So this video is gonna be broken up into 3 parts. The first part, I'm gonna go into like my skin history. I'm gonna be talking about genetics as well. The second part is when I'm gonna be going into my actual skincare routine, showing some parts of my skincare routine and talking about the products that I use both on a daily or not so daily basis, whether that be monthly, occasionally, whatever. And then the last part is going to be just the skin Q&A in general. This is a huge disclaimer. Please, I am not a skincare specialist. I'm not a dermatologist. I am no sort of professional. So the best help you can get on your skincare, on your own skin, is to 1, do your own research, and 2, go see a professional, go see a dermatologist or anything if you need that. I am just giving my personal experience, my personal tips, things I've learned. I am not liable. But before we get started, I want to say a huge thank you to the partner of this video, Rose Forever New York. They're already a friend of the channel, so I was more than happy to do one more video because my mom loved the roses that she got last time for her birthday, so this time I picked out some for myself. The box is so cute. It comes with like the Rose Forever New York emblem logo, and I chose the pink round velvet box this time around and 16 white ivory roses. They're so freaking beautiful. If you don't know already, Rose Forever New York is a luxury rose brand that specializes in designing beautiful flower bouquets, delivering hand-picked roses from artisans themselves, preserved with natural oils. Of course, everything is vegan, allergy-free, and the roses are set to last at least a year. There's a diverse choice of options. You can either choose the square or round velvet box like I chose, and these come in colors as well: black, navy blue, white, pink, and so on. And you can choose a rose assortment of up to 9, 16, or 36 roses per box. The holiday season is coming up, or if you want to treat yourself, this would be a great gift just for anyone to have because they're so pretty, they smell amazing, and they are just like, why not have some roses? Buy your own freaking flowers. You can click the first link in the description to copy these or just any design of your own and use the code ERLAINE25 for $25 off of your order. As per usual, thank you so much to Rose Forever New York for being a friend of the channel. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So the biggest catalyst for all that you are is genetics, and I feel like not enough people, when they are talking about their skincare routine, they're so focused on the products without realizing that your literal DNA is the thing that constitutes how your skin is and how your skin reacts. Thus, there are going to be some things that are quite literally skin deep issues that are going to be a lot harder to fix than just using some topical product. With that being said, this is my mama, this is my daddy. My dad has never struggled with acne. He has perfect, radiant skin. Still to this day, he's never struggled with adult acne or anything. My mom had mild acne as a teenager, and she suffers mildly from adult acne now. She has a pimple here and there. Generally, both my parents never had an acne problem, so I thankfully didn't have to go through that either. Even my little brother, he's never had acne. He has perfect skin. He barely washes his face. Like, he just has good skin. And my dad has dry skin. I got his dry skin, and my mom has very sensitive skin. I just have like mildly sensitive skin, and it increases sensitivity based on like how good or bad the products I'm using are. I grew up with like a minor case of eczema on my body, not so much on my face. So I'd say now more than ever, like, I'm definitely a normal to dry. I used to be just straight dry, but I think now I'm like normal to dry. So I wanted to lead with that because with this video, I know there's going to be some people here who think she has such good skin. I want to follow everything she's doing. I'm going to buy all the products she has. But granted, even if you have the exact same skin type as me, you're not guaranteed to get the same results because genetics plays such a big part in your skincare routine. I can eat like shit and still have good skin. I cannot drink water for the rest of my life and still have good skin just because like my parents didn't struggle with that, and thank God they passed that on to me. So I just want you to know, like, you're not freaking the unluckiest person in the world if you're trying to copy someone's skincare routine and you're just not getting the same results. It's just we're all built different. So consider that with your skincare routine. Do your own research. Pay attention to what your skin likes and what it doesn't like, because it's gonna let you know if it doesn't like something with a breakout or some sort of reaction. it took me years and years and years to actually learn the ingredients that my skin likes, what I'm allergic to, what I shouldn't be using, all that stuff. So I highly recommend you take the time to do the same thing, no matter how young or old you are, or how, you know, late or early you started your skincare journey. It's just important to know your skin just as much as you know any other part of your body. So with that being said, I want to go a little bit through my skin history. These days, my skin goals are to repair my natural skin barrier, retain moisture, and even my skin tone, because I have struggled for so long with hyperpigmentation, and I think now I finally reached like a even skin tone, and I'm so happy about that. By the way, I'm not wearing any makeup, just mascara, lip gloss, and a little bit of blush for some color. So I didn't really start washing my face, honestly, can't lie. I was just ashy, dusty, crusty, musty until like my second semester freshman year of high school or sophomore year of high school, and even then I didn't really know what I was doing. I would just wash my face with like bar soap before then, and even though I was using all these products that I thought were doing something good for me, you know, like I said, I didn't really do my research that much. I just knew I had dry skin, so I was buying things that would help with dry skin without actually taking into account like, what am I sensitive to, what could break me out, blah blah blah. Even though I have dry skin, you can't just use everything. I think my biggest struggle was not pimples, but I'm gonna pop some photos on the screen. I struggled so heavily with those sensitivity breakouts of those little bumps all over your face when you use a product with something that you might be allergic to in it. And again, like I said, hyperpigmentation. I rarely have breakouts and pimples. If I do, it's just like the one or two on my forehead mainly, sometimes on my cheek if it's hormonal, but that's what I got going on right now. So now let's get into the routine. So for my daily routine, I am obviously following the cleanser, sunscreen, moisturizer for the daytime, and then for the nighttime I use some sort of makeup remover, my brightening cream, my eye cream, and then lip stuff, because, you know, gotta keep the lips nice and moisturized. So for cleanser, I use the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser for normal to dry skin. You guys, I'm sure if you've been into skincare lately, have known about this because it got blown up basically in like the past year. And this cleanser, let me tell you, has seriously been life-changing. I officially got rid of my old cleanser. I was using just the baseline Cetaphil like gentle skin cleanser before. I changed it to the CeraVe one towards the end of 2019 and used it basically for the whole year. Still am. Still love it. I found this skincare after my tragic skin incident of 2019. If you know, you know. Tired of talking about it. And realized just how weak my skin was based on how bad my skin reacted to the hard water thing rather than my mom and my sister. So that one really caught my attention because one, it is freaking accepted by the National Eczema Association, which I didn't even know existed. So moisture. And two, it's pumped full of ceramides, and ceramides are perfect if you're looking to repair those fatty acids and the lipids that are on your skin that do help to keep your skin barrier intact. And of course, hyaluronic acid is the holy grail for anybody with dry skin, because not only does it help you to retain moisture, but it helps you to bring in moisture from the environment back into your skin. For me personally, in my cleansers, I try to always avoid fragrances, extracts, and like essential oils. Since you wash your face every day, once or twice a day consistently, it can be super easy to bring up your skin sensitivity using something that is heavily fragranced. So to wash my face, I actually use a water bottle, which I also highly recommend if you're someone who doesn't have a water filter in their home or is sensitive to like, you know, the hard mineral ridden water, because it really does strip the life out of your skin. And I'm traumatized, so I don't wash my face in the sink or shower anymore. I use a water bottle. I wash it in the sink, scrub it in. Sometimes I'll use a spin brush depending on if I think I need it or not. I usually only use a spin brush if I wore makeup just to get in deeper. Other than that, I just use my hands. It does what it needs to do. I let it sit on my face, get in the shower. I take nice hot steamy showers, so I kind of use that as like a face steaming ritual too, with the cleanser on my face. And then once I'm done, towards the end of my shower, I'll take the water bottle and rinse my face off. For my sunscreen, I use the Cetaphil Facial Moisturizer with SPF 50 plus in it. I don't particularly love this sunscreen, but it is the best sunscreen I've found in a while, and my skin is super sensitive to sunscreen for some reason. It's really hard for me to find one that doesn't have excess fragrance and doesn't break me out. I've really been looking for one to help with the white cast because I am black, if you couldn't tell. But this one does what it needs to do, and to help with the white cast, I put this on first before my moisturizer. I know some people are like, Erlane, don't put your sunscreen underneath your moisturizer, but I've also read online that like as long as you have it on, you're good. So I don't really mind. I use the 2-finger rule. You cover both completely, your 2 fingers, and that should be enough sunscreen to cover your face and your neck, and put it on your lips because your lips will burn. I feel like people don't talk about that enough. I let it sink in for a few minutes, usually like 5, and then I will apply my moisturizer on top. But please, if you have any sunscreen recommendations that is hypoallergenic and doesn't leave like a white cast particularly, I would like the advice from my POC girlies. It would really help a lot. Please leave your recommendations below because I am still on the hunt for another sunscreen, but I have honestly no ill will with that one. It does what it needs to do. It protects my skin. For moisturizer, I use the Cetaphil moisturizing lotion, the one for face and body. So I started using this moisturizer back in my junior year of high school. Before, I was literally using like body lotion, the fucking like Curel, the Vaseline, the Gold Bond, like whatever body lotion, fragrance free body lotion I was putting on my body, like that's what I was putting on my face. The reason why I love it honestly is because it's just so plain and simple. Like it's a bare bones moisturizer. I don't ask for much. I don't need much. I just needed to moisturize my skin and do what it needs to do. And that is the thing I love the most about the Cetaphil one. It's extremely lightweight, and it's another one of those products that helps to repair your skin barrier and is again hypoallergenic. Also, I don't know what the heck is in that moisturizer, but it's seriously, when I finish washing my face and I dry it off, and you know your skin is like kind of dull sometimes since you have like no product on it after you finish washing your face. Once I put that moisturizer on, not only does it of course like moisturize my skin, but it seriously does like bring radiance and like lightness back to my face. And I think that's why I've stuck with this one for so long, because the way it feels and the way it makes my skin look, I have yet to find it in another moisturizer. That's what blows my mind. It's so basic, but it's so good and I love it so much. They recently just changed the formula. It's now updated with glycerin, niacinamides, and vitamin B5s, where before I think the tried and trues of the formula were glycerin and avocado oil. I know those were like the 2 big ones, but the niacinamide and all B vitamins are really good for texture smoothing and just again evening your skin tone. So that is my daytime skincare that I use. Of course, if I put on makeup, I put on makeup, but usually I just go bare bones skin and I'll put on what I'm wearing right now, just mascara, lip gloss, blush, and go on my merry way. Now for nighttime, the first thing I do if I am wearing makeup is start off with removing my makeup. My tried and true, my OG, my girl, the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water, the pink one. There's 3 versions, I think. That's my holy water. Like, it is so freaking good. I have 0 complaints. I know recently with like the blow up of Skincare by Hyram, everyone's like, no, makeup wipes. I don't use makeup wipes, don't get me wrong, but it's just something about that micellar cleansing water with a pad that really just does it. It's truly an all-in-one, because you can use this to wash your face, take off makeup, or use it as a toner. And I kind of use it as all 3 depending on the situation, but mainly for removing my makeup. I don't use it every single day because I don't wear makeup every single day, and I only feel inclined to use this instead of something like a cleansing oil because of how light my makeup is. It's rare for me to put on heavy makeup unless I'm going somewhere. My favorite thing about this is compared to other makeup wipes and makeup removers, it doesn't make your skin feel stripped after you use it. It's clean and supple, but like, you know, it still took off all the crap that it needed to get off before, versus when you use makeup wipes, like it's really stripping and you're pulling your skin so hard. Like I said, I use this with a cotton pad, but I am able to be very gentle with it. The cotton pads I use are from Kroger. There's an exfoliating side and a smooth side, so depending on whether I need to take my makeup off or not, I'll use the exfoliating side or the smooth side. It's alcohol and fragrance free, and again, hypoallergenic, perfect for people who are prone to sensitivity. And like I said, it's an all-in-one. There are times where, especially if I'm in like one of those depressive slumps where I just don't feel like getting out of bed, what I'll do is I'll just get out of bed, I'll put some of the water on my cotton pad, I'll just clean my face basically like a little freaking baby wipe, put on my moisturizer, and hop back into bed. You know what I mean? So I love that that is able to do that for me. It's super low effort and it does the job every single time. So after removing my makeup, I obviously wash my face, do that whole thing. But before I do the moisturizer, I do spot treating and any brightening treatment. I don't do this every night. This is another thing that I used to do consistently because I was trying to fix it, but now that it's pretty much fixed, I don't do it every night. You guys know I love the Azari Skin Brightening Face Cream. There's actually 2 versions of this on the website. There is the regular version and then there's the plus version. I use the plus version. It's a little bit stronger, but the regular version did amazing things for me when I first tried it as well. So it's kind of just take your pick at that point. I've already mentioned this before, but this is actually a brand close to home to me because the owner is one of my mom's closest friends. They've known each other since they were kids. So I get to get like the insides. Like I was digging. So, you know, if you want to support a small business, by all means, go check out the links I'm going to put in the description, as well as all the other links I'm going to have to the products in this video. Not sponsored. Again, I just freaking owe this woman my life for fixing my skin. All the products are naturally sourced straight from the motherland, if you feel me, so that is even better. And this is truly like, if I could have one skincare product for the rest of my life, it would probably be this, because it's just that good. When I first started using it, because I had a problem all over my face, I just used it all over my face. I put it on like a lotion, I let it sit for like 5 minutes, and I would put moisturizer on top of it. Some nights I would even just put that and not a moisturizer, just so it could really like get in there with no interruptions, if you feel me. These days I use it mainly as a spot treatment or on the areas I actually need it. So some nights I'll take a Q-tip and just put it on my dark spots, and some nights I will slather it on just like the patches if I see any like uneven patches. So that's what I recommend. If you're first using it and you have like an all over issue, then use it all over. But once you see your all over skin appearance improving, just focus on spot treating and fixing any uneven patches instead of just putting it all over, because then your skin will get lighter, but those patches will also get lighter with it, just like not at the same time, and it'll still be uneven, if that makes sense. Whenever I apply it, I let it sit for 5 minutes, and then I put a moisturizer on top of it if I use it all over, or if I'm spot treating, I'll put like the moisturizer around any exposing skin and sleep with the spots on my face. And a huge freaking PSA for anyone watching this video and you use skin lightening, skin brightening, spot treating, dark spot correcting, whatever products, please, for the love of God and all things holy, please make sure that you're putting your products around your mouth, your mustache area too, that includes, even on your mouth if you have like darker pigmented lips, and around your eyes. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen pictures of people using skin lightening products and they look like a freaking raccoon, and I've seen pictures of myself. I didn't even realize that before. You need to make sure you're blending these products everywhere, okay, and always blend down into your neck so it's a natural, you know, gradient transition, you feel me, and even into your hairline if you have some discoloration there too. So I used to use an eye cream in the morning and the nighttime, but now I only use it just at night, and I personally love the CeraVe eye repair cream. I used to never use eye cream because I didn't think it did anything until I started using that, and I realized it made a difference. The other ones I was using in the past just didn't work, but it really does just help to depuff and de-swell my eyes. I don't really struggle with dark circles too much. I just wake up with really puffy eyes, and it usually takes until like midday for them to depuff naturally. With this, I found in like an hour or two, say I'm going to school or something, by the time I get to school, then my eyes are depuffed and I'm good to go, and it doesn't look like I just came out of my freaking coffin. If you do like to use eye creams in the morning though, I do recommend you put this in the fridge or use it in combination with a jade or rose quartz roller, and that also helps a lot, just the coldness of the roller to depuff and de-swell your eyes as well. So on a monthly basis, I do a few things as more of like a reset to my skin for each month, or as I see fit. Sometimes I do skip months. First thing is masks. I freaking love doing face masks. I wish I could do them every day. The two masks that I use, if it's a clay mask, I've recently started using the Indian Aztec clay mask. I have been putting off using this for years because I remember people raving about it back in the day. I used it. Any single little thing you would think about like gets sucked out of your pores, and it makes it like the perfect restarter if you just need a refreshment on your skin and its appearance. You can either mix this with apple cider vinegar or water, but I personally recommend water. I just really don't recommend that at all anymore. Please just use water, and make sure you mix it in a non-metal bowl with a non-metal utensil. Just slather it on your face, let it sit for 15-20 minutes, and you're good to go. When I want to use a face mask that's not as harsh as the Indian Aztec clay one, I just use a sheet mask. I don't really have any particular sheet mask brand that I like. I mainly just look for anything that is also focusing on my skincare goals, whether it be radiance, evenness, or moisture. So I have this one that I found randomly at like Burlington Coat Factory in the beauty section that is infused with a lot of hyaluronic acid. So I just put that on my face, let it sit for 15-20 minutes, and then I always blend any residue of sheet mask back down onto my neck. I always talk about blending down into my neck because your neck is one of the first things to age in terms of like your skin looking older, like your neck and your décolleté. So always blend down any moisturizing or just any type of product like that down into your neck, because you don't want that to age before your face. Same thing with your lips too. Always make sure your lips are moisturized. Just a little tidbit. Speaking of mask, here I also have a random illuminating diamond dusk eye mask. This one is also from Burlington. This is another one of those things where I don't really care what it looks like. I just want to make sure it has the same goals I want, just moisturizing, depuffing, bringing life back into my eyes. And here I have no strips. I kid you not, these are from Five Below. $3.25, girl. They're deep cleansing, detoxifying pore strips that are infused with hyaluronic acid and aloe vera. I will say though, even though these are from Five Below, definitely a hidden gem. I don't get blackheads at all. I've never had one, but whiteheads, I do be getting those sometimes, like around the corners of my nose. When I tell you this will latch onto your nose and rip out anything you got in there, it's so good. I don't have to use this very often. Like I said, they're just kind of fun to use. So another one of my tried and trues that is a little bit shady, but I really enjoy is this Yoxier. I honestly don't know how do you say it. Exfoliating face peeling gel. This hell right here, I done repurchased it twice. It's a Chinese product. Where did I get it? AliExpress. But hear me out. But I love me AliExpress, and I also love me doing my research. And I will say this is a product that I stand by, and I love it so much. And I use it on a monthly basis for a reason. So basically, y'all remember when everybody named Mama was using the St. Ives apricot scrub. Y'all remember when everybody named Mama was trying out the Kylie walnut scrub, right? Y'all remember when everybody named Mama was using those Freeman, Yes to Tomato, whatever the hell you call it, mask and scrubs, right? Stop using those. Unless they work for you, but stop using those. I used to use those religiously as a kid, and I was just like, no. It was just drying my skin out so badly. So I was like, okay, I do want to get an exfoliant, but I'm not really interested in chemical exfoliants. I just feel like I don't need to do that, and you can mess that up really quick if you put too much or something like that. So I saw this on AliExpress. I was just browsing. You know, you can see the dead skin as you keep doing it. And honestly, I can't lie, that was what did it for me. I just wanted to have fun seeing the dead skin come off my skin as I put it on. It is also infused with glycerin, hyaluronic acid, both great agents for moisture. It has lemon extract in it to soften the dead skin, so it actually comes off when you scrub it off. You can use lemon to even and brighten your skin, and it has peach extract for fragrance and to just kind of rejuvenate, bring radiance and glow back to the skin after you're done. The consistency is jelly-like, and it has these almost microscopic looking sized beads that I think are also just another agent to help with the physical exfoliant. All you gotta do is wash your face, pat it dry, and make sure you use this on just dry, bare bone skin. It's just the perfect exfoliant because, you know, it's not sucking my skin dry, and it's not freaking scrubbing my skin away like an apricot scrub or a sugar scrub or a freaking walnut scrub or anything, or even my spin brush that I use. That can be harsh on the skin sometimes. So if you're looking for an extremely gentle physical exfoliant, I highly recommend you try that. It is from AliExpress. It's shipping from China, so it's gonna take a little bit, but I stand by it so much. It's so gentle. If you have high skin sensitivity, I would say look out for the lemon and the peach extract, but since it is a wash off treatment, I would say don't think about that too much because it's not that high of a concentration. Just consider that if you want to get it. But now that I have gone through my skin history, gone through my skincare routine, now it's time for the skin Q&A. So I pulled these from YouTube and Instagram, and I gathered, like I said earlier, like the most kind of popular ones or the most helpful ones that I think people would be interested in this video. So let's get into it. So the first question is, what's your skin type? Like I said earlier, I have normal to dry, mildly sensitive skin. What products do you not use anymore? To answer this, I actually went back into a ton of my old, like, privated even videos to see what products I used, and my skincare routine has, let's say, completely changed, minus the Cetaphil moisturizer. So I stopped using the Simple Micellar Cleansing Water for no reason in particular. I just stopped using it because it was kind of hard for me to get. I, at the time, never saw it in stores. I think now you can get it from, like, Ulta and stuff, but I never saw it in stores, and I ordered mine online. I didn't want to order it again, so I just didn't. I stopped using the Pond's Cold Cream Cleanser. That shit used to be my holy grail for a good 2 to 3 years. I don't know what happened, but out of nowhere, my skin started breaking out so badly, and I didn't change or add anything into my skincare routine. Once I stopped using it, and I had switched to just the basic Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser at the time, my skin was fine. So to this day, I still don't use it. I don't have any interest in using it, but it was a great product for when it did its thing. I stopped using the St. Ives apricot scrub and just all St. Ives product in general. I stopped using the Freeman black sugar and charcoal mud mask. I used to use True Girl skincare when I was like 14, 13. Good for you girl skincare. Also like 13 years old. I used to use the Lemon Vate brightening gel. That was something I also used to stand by. I think that's another company that had changed their formula because one time I tried using it and it actually broke me out really badly all over my face. face. I used to use it to not only brighten and like spot treat, it was really good at drying out pimples. So if I ever got a pimple, I would put it on and it would like literally be gone the next day. I stopped using Curology. I tried out Curology. On my first try, my skin immediately started like having sensitivity bumps all over it. I don't know what was in my formula, so I stopped using it. I tried using it for like a week and a half, I think, and it just wasn't doing, I saw no difference. And I know you should wait, but it wasn't like purging. It was like sensitivity bumps that I get, you know, those little tiny bumps. So I stopped using it, but I'm not knocking Curology at all. I know some people who use it who love it. It's just personal. If it works for you, it works for you. Oh, the fucking Mario Badescu rose water. Me and my homies hate that shit. I got it for my birthday as a gift. One spray, the next day my skin was obliterated. So I gave it to my best friend and she said it worked wonders for her. I know they changed their formula for sure. I don't know if it's just like the rose water that I was sensitive to in general, but that screwed up my skin so badly. African black soap also effed up my skin to the ground. Oh my god, my skin was so dry and I had so many sensitivity bumps on there. I was so mad because so many people were raving about it and it just wasn't working for me. Oh, and then I stopped putting toothpaste on my pimples to dry them out because that used to be a thing. Let's talk about it. It was so weird. How do you treat fungal acne? So for me personally, I really saw a difference when I started using tea tree oil, and I mean raw, authentic tea tree oil, not like some infused stuff. My fungal acne started also going away when I was washing my face more frequently because, like I said, I used to not like really wash my face that much. But if you are looking to help with your fungal acne, I definitely recommend trying to find some antifungal treatment, whether that be a topical. Like I said, I use tea tree oil just raw, and make sure you're washing your face like consistently so that that sebum doesn't just like sit there. Sebum is your natural skin oil, and you know, do some crazy shit on the surface. How did you achieve such glass skin? So first, thank you. Let me just make it clear that like skin texture is completely normal. I know everyone is trying to get like the whole glass skin thing, and you can get like decently smooth skin. I think my skin is pretty decently smooth as well. However, do not let anybody ever make you feel like skin texture is not normal. It is so normal. Even the people who have the most perfect skin, if you put a freaking camera up to their face, you're gonna see some textures somewhere, even if it's a little bit. We're still human, so it's normal to have texture. However, you can get the illusion of such by trying to take care of the majority of your skin texture, having an even skin tone, and working on your skin radiance. And those are my 3 things that I focus on when I'm trying to get that glass-like appearance, particularly the even skin tone thing. Because no matter how close or far away you are from someone, if everything is the same color and everything is radiant, then it'll look like glass skin even in a picture, because glass is all one uniform thing. So you want your skin to look that way too. Do you use fragrance products? So I do use fragrance products, but it's not my go-to, you feel me? And it honestly is okay to use fragrance products. And with the rise of skincare by Hyram, I think a lot of people got really scared to use anything that had even a little bit of fragrance in it. But I think almost all skincare products in some regard have fragrance in it, so you would basically be able to use nothing if you were so anal on it. At least avoid using it in those products that are gonna stay on your skin, like a moisturizer or a serum or like an oil or something like that. I don't mind fragrance in those wash off products like a face mask or like a face scrub, and it's not gonna stay on and make your skin sensitive. Like I said earlier, I try to avoid it in something like a cleanser because I wash my face twice a day, every day. If I'm using something that my skin is allergic to, it's gonna make the sensitivity go up very high very quickly. So you definitely want to pay attention to what type of product has the fragrance in it, the concentration, and also what type of fragrance is being used. Is it an essential oil? Is it a perfume? Is it artificial? Whatever, because you need to figure out what you're allergic to. For me, I'm not really the best with the essential oils, so I try to get away from that, and the perfumes. And pay attention to what products give you those sensitivity bumps after you use them. Almost immediately, like the day after you use something and it has something you're allergic to in it that is like, you know, your skin is sensitive to, you're gonna see those bumps in the places you applied the product at. So try to do like a test on like the side of your face or something before you put it all over your face to see how your skin is gonna react to it. Next question, is there a recommended age for retinol? Personally, I don't think there is any age too young or too old to start the anti-aging process. I think the earlier the better. I think I didn't start thinking about anti-aging until I was like 16 or 17. Obviously, if you're like 12, you don't need retinol, but I think like when you start high school and up, I think it's like a perfect time to try. Last question is, do you have any tips for oily skin? Though I personally don't have oily skin, I do have people in my family, my older brothers have oily skin, and then I have had friends in the past who have struggled with oily skin. And I think the biggest pattern I've noticed between people with with oily skin is that they don't moisturize their skin enough and try to purposely dry their skin out in an attempt to decrease and manage the oil, when in reality that's actually going to produce more oil. Because when you have oily skin, that just means you have an overproduction of sebum on your skin, which is your natural skin oil. So if you're purposely trying to dry it out, it's just going to produce more oil in an attempt to retain some moisture rather than what you think it's doing, which is like holding back on the oil. So I think the best tip I can give is to, one, make sure you're washing your face enough and keep a consistent face washing routine. If you normally wash your face once a day, try washing it twice, you know, just to balance it all out. And then of course, make sure you're moisturizing. There are oil-free options for almost everything, but nonetheless, that doesn't mean you should skip out on using moisturizer just because your skin is, you know, your moisturizer or whatever. As long as you keep your moisturizing and washing your face and all that consistent, instead of producing more, it's probably just eventually gonna balance out. But like I said, this is from a perspective of someone who hasn't personally had oily skin. It's just observation and like my own research. Anyway, so that concludes the end of this skincare, all about my skin video. I really hope that you found this helpful in some form if you have the same skin type as me, and if not, that you just got some cute little tidbits, because I think I did throw in some just like fun facts and helpful things here and there. If you guys have any questions that I haven't answered in the video already, be sure to just leave them in the comments and I'll be more than happy to respond to them. If you're new to my channel, what's up? My name is Erlene St. Cyr. I'm 20 years old and I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Down below I will have all my social medias. I am at Erlene St. Cyr on everything, along with my card website and a buy me a cup of coffee support link if you want to send more love to this video or to the channel. Once again, please check out Rose Forever New York and use code Erlene25 for $25 off of your order to get some beautiful designer luxury roses and a cute velvety case. As always, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out. It's 2:48 in the morning. I need to go to sleep.